I was watching the Off the Ropes show yesterday, and one of the videos they did was talking about spring cleaning. Now, and I'm not talking about the spring cleaning that you do around your house during the spring and during spring break or Easter break, whatever you want to call it. Now, I'm talking about the spring cleaning that the WWE does every year after WrestleMania. Now they pointed out a few names of superstars and divas they feel will be gone, possibly. Now, I may agree with some of them, but there are some that I don't agree with. But I'll point out but in my honest opinion, there are some I do agree could be gone. Now, for example, let's take a look at the Raw brand right now. I have the Raw roster right in front of me. And no, I'm not talking about the entire actual roster. I'm talking about a list of the names. Um, Alex Riley is the first one on here. And I don't think Alex Riley is going to go anywhere. I don't think he'll be released. I think they got some plans for Alex. I think he's going to be the Miz's rival, if you will, his enemy, the one that turns Miz into a babyface by turning on him. I think they got plans for him to go in that direction. CM Punk, I think they still got plans for him. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Daniel Bryan, the same way. They got plans for him. He's not going to go anywhere. David Hart Smith, he's kind of questionable, but I think because his uncle Brett associates sometimes with the company, I don't think they're going to release him. I don't think him or Natalia or Tyson are going to get released. I don't think so. I could be wrong. David Otunga, he's kind of an iffy, but I think he might stay around because of his Hollywood connections. Dolph Ziggler, yeah, I definitely think Dolph's going to stay around. We don't have to say anything about The Rock because The Rock's going to be on and off. He'll still be with them no matter what. Evan Bourne, there's word going around that they got plans for him. We just don't know what those are yet. So Evan could be sticking around. Goldust, yeah, he'll stick around, be more of a backstage guy as Dustin Reynolds. Great Khali, I think because he's a national hero in India, no matter how much we don't like him or do like him, he's going to stick around. Husky Harris, I have to say he's going to remain in FCW for a little while. And then either he's going to be called up or he's going to be let go. So he might be a later on person that will either get released or called up. So he's on the fence. Jerry Lawler, I don't think we have to worry about him. Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso, I definitely have to say they're kind of like probably on the verge of being let go. Unless WWE decides to finally reignite the tag team division and make them into baby faces. But I hate to say it, but I think Jimmy and Jay are on the way out. So I hate to say it, but I think they're both on the way out. The Usos are on the way out. I hate to say that. John Cena, we don't have to worry about. John Morrison, I don't think we have to worry about him either. Because I think WWE's too high on him right now, so I don't think I have to worry about him. Mark Henry, I don't think we'll have to worry about him either because I think WWE's going to let him stick it out for the next 18 months and then let him retire. Mason Ryan, I have to say they might have plans for him. If not, they're going to probably let him go. So he's on the fence. Mason Ryan's on the fence as either being staying or being gone. Michael McGillicuddy, I think they might keep him around. Only for the fact that they might have plans for him in the future. I mean, they've already talked about the fact that they want to call him and Husky up under different names, so in different gimmicks. So we'll see what happens. Michael Tarver, I'm not really sure yet about him. He's sort of on the fence, but I have to agree that if they don't do anything with him in the next few months or something, he's probably going to go. So he's on the fence. Miz, we don't have to worry about. Primo, I have to say, could be gone. I'm definitely going to say Primo's gone. I hate to say that. Randy, we don't have to worry about for the next 8 to 9 years. R-Truth, he may stick around because he's popular with the kids, but he's on the fence. But I have to say he's on the fence of leaning to, but he's on the fence. R-Truth is, but he's on the fence of leaning towards more of staying. So he's kind of probably going to remain. Santino, of course, will stay because he's very over. Sheamus, of course, will stay. Sin Cara just got this, so we don't have to worry about him. Skip Sheffield, that's a question a lot of people don't know of yet. They don't know if he's going to be kept around or not. He hasn't come back from his injury. So he's kind of on the fence, and I have to agree with the guys at the Off the Ropes show. Maybe Skip Sheffield maybe on the fence of being let go, so he may go. Ted DiBiase, I have to say he's going to stick around, and he's going to be, give him the right position. I think he's going to end up being getting a push real soon, and if it's not on Raw, it's going to be on SmackDown. So Ted DiBiase is going to probably get his push real soon, so he'll stick around. Triple H, of course, we don't have to worry about him. Tyson Kidd, again, sort of associated with the Harts, but I think more unlike David Hart Smith, I think Tyson Kidd's on the fence of being let go, so we may see him gone unless they want to bring back Jackson Andrews and put him with Tyson again. We'll see what happens there. Vladimir on the fence, but I think he's going to be on the fence of leaning towards staying. I could be wrong. But he's on the fence, so he's kind of like 50-50, Vladimir, in my opinion. Yoshitatsu, I believe, is going to stay because they need an international flavor. And Zack Ryder, I think, sort of on the fence. He's kind of like Vladimir. He's kind of like 50-50. He's like leaning towards either going or leaning towards staying. So we'll see what happens there. As far as the Divas go, I hate to say it, but I think we may see Alicia gone. I hate to say that about her. She may be gone. The Bellas are going to stick around. There's no doubt about that. The Bellas are going to stick around. Eve, of course, is going to stick around. So, Gail, I believe, will stick around because of association with Daniel Bryan. They don't want to let her go. Maurice, I think she's kind of 50-50, but I think she's going to be staying. She's on the leaning of staying. Melina, same thing, kind of 50-50. But she may be more kind of like leaning towards leaving, maybe staying. We don't know. She's kind of like, Melina's right on that fence, right on that line of either she's going to stay or she's going to go. So we'll see what happens. Natalya, she's going to stay, no doubt about that. Nikki, like I said, with Brie because of the Bella twins. They're the only twin divas and twin stars that they have. The only twin divas that they have. So I think they're going to stay. Tamina, she'll stay because she's associated with Santino. And the other Raw associates or employees or on-air employees, the other Raw people, Raw associated people, Justin Roberts is going to stay. Michael Cole, he'll stay, but I think he's sort of like on the fence still. He may stay and he may be a surprise of being let go. Rajan Singh, he'll stay because he's a writer for Raw, and also he's associated with the Great Khali. Scott Stanford, I believe he's going to go, and Vicky Guerrero, of course, she'll stay. And that's the Raw roster right there. So majority of those, I believe, are on the fence. Some, I believe, are on the verge of being let go. Some are on the verge of staying. Like I said, Alicia, I believe, is going to go, and the Usos, I believe, are going to go. And maybe even skip Sheffield. But those are just the name of the Raw roster, and those I think are going to be staying and leaving and basically right now on the fence. Now we look at the SmackDown brand, and the wrestlers that may be on the fence, maybe stay now on the fence, will be staying and possibly will be going, are right here, and here's the roster. Alberto Del Rio, of course, he's staying. There's no doubt about that. Big Show, he's staying. Brodus Clay, he just got there, so he'll stay. Chavo Guerrero, because he's associated with Vicky, he'll stay, and he'll probably end up on Raw. Chris Masters, I believe, is on the fence right now, but since he made an appearance at WrestleMania on screen, I think he's on the fence of remaining with the company, so I think he'll stay. Christian will stay. I think they got plans for him. Cody Rhodes, of course, is going to stay. Kurt Hawkins, I believe, is gone. So he's gone. Drew McIntyre, I think he's on the fence, but I think he's going to stay. Edge, of course, is going to stay. Ezekiel Jackson's going to stay. Heath Slater, right now, because he's a tag champion, is going to stay. Hornswoggle, of course, is going to stay. And so is Jack Swagger. JTG, I have to say that he's on the fence, even though he made an appearance in the WrestleMania Access highlights. I have to say he's on the fence of probably being let go, so I think JTG may be leaving. Justin Gabriel, of course, is going to stay. Kane will stay. Kofi will stay. Ray will stay, even though people may think otherwise. Trent Barreta, I'm kind of on the fence with Trent. They gave him a big win recently. I don't know who it was over. So it was somebody. I think it was Drew McIntyre that gave him the win over. So, and I think they were trying to do something with Trent and Kelly, and Drew. So, I'm on the fence right now. So, I think Trent's kind of 50-50. He's like he's leaning towards one way and towards another. So, he's 50-50. Tyler Rex, I have to say, maybe on the fence of going. Maybe let go unless they finally decide to do something with him. I mean, he was part of the WrestleMania Access matches, so he may end up staying. But again, like Barreta, he's kind of 50-50, but I think he's going to be leaning more towards being let go. Undertaker, we don't have to worry about him, and neither do we have to worry about Wade Barrett. As far as the Divas go, Beth Phoenix, I think she's going to stay because they might have plans for her, especially if Kong comes into being. Caitlyn, of course, she's going to stay. Right now, she's in FCW getting more training, getting more experience. Kelly, of course, is going to stay. Layla, I believe, is going to stay because I think they got plans for her, as well as Michelle's going to stay. And Rosa Mendez, I think, is going to be let go. As far as the SmackDown on-air employees, like on-air, non-wrestling, or occasional wrestling, Booker T, he'll stay. Josh Matthews, he'll stay. Matt Striker, I think, is going to stay. Ricardo Rodriguez, I think he may be let go. And you may think that's crazy for me to say, but I think he's gone. I hate to say that. I think Ricardo's gone. Teddy, of course, is the GM, so he's staying. Todd Grisham has been with the company for a while, but I think he's on the fence of 50-50 right now of either going or staying. And Tony Chimmel, of course, is going to stay. So, overall, those are just my thoughts on the WWE Spring Cleaning. And it's who I think is going to stay, who's going to be gone, and who's on the fence of either being let go or staying, or is 50-50. So, tell me what you guys think. Comment down below. Tell me who you think's on the fence in leaning towards going or staying. Who's 50-50, like undecided. Who do you think's going and who do you think's staying? So tell me what you guys think in response, and I'll talk to y'all later.